Welcome back. Today I'm going to be going through a couple of picks that I like to revisit and reread, especially in time of self-isolation and social distancing. I just think this is the optimal time to catch up on some of the larger items. So I do have a few recommendations here that we're going to go through. First on the list we have Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. The new Hunger Games prequel is coming out in May, so this is the perfect time to reread, catch up, refresh yourself with the story. I know there is a lot of chat about the prequel, there's a lot of hesitation, but I know I'm going to read it, and if you're part of the book community, you will probably pick it up as well. So really this is the perfect time to sit down, cup of tea every day, and jump back into the Hunger Games universe. Now, if you're a sucker for punishment, I have been recommending to all my friends Wilder Girls. So, I absolutely adore this novel. I'm going to give the preface of this being, if you are full of anxiety with the virus that's going around, this probably isn't the book for you. However, if you're like me, you like to work yourself up, you're a bit of a sucker for punishment, then this will be right up your alley. It is about a bunch of girls that are in a school and that are quarantined because of a virus that they get. It comes in cycles, so every cycle they grow gills, they grow scales, spotting, all of that kind of stuff, and it is eerie, it is creepy, I love it, I can't recommend it enough if you're into that sort of thing. A lot of people have described it as Lord of the Flies for girls, which I take contention with, but I really do think it's great. It's standalone. It didn't super remind me of Lord of the Flies, so I didn't really get that vibe, but it was amazing. Couldn't recommend this enough. Next for teen, we have the Six of Crows duology. These books are wonderful if you're looking for a little bit of escapism. So they are centered around a group of ne'er-do-wellers that are taking part in a heist. It's set in the Grisha universe, which Leigh Bardugo is known for. This is a very big series of hers. There are other books in the Grisham universe that you can pick up should you find yourself really enamored with this one, but I do suggest that you start with Six of Crows and you go from there. It's amazing. It's a fun read. It's a fast read, and it has that quippy, fun pithiness of a heist novel. Moving on to nonfiction, first we have Let's Pretend This Never Happened by Jenny Lawson. I personally am a huge fan of Jenny Lawson. She's one of my favorite nonfiction writers. She makes me laugh. I follow her on Twitter, and I cannot get enough of this woman. If you're looking for something to take the edge off, this is absolutely the way to go. Jenny Lawson is hilarious as she recounts from her childhood up into meeting her husband. It's really great, and if you find yourself really loving this book, she has a second book out called Furiously Happy that I do own but have no idea where it is right now, and it is just as amazing. It's hilarious. I believe she just finished writing her third book, so that should be out pretty soon as well, and this is just the perfect time for a laugh. Next we have Mistakes to Run With by Yusuko Tan. This was an absolutely stunning book. Again, I'm going to go in with the trigger of there is sexual assault in here, there's prostitution, there is drug use, so just be aware of that going into it. However, this woman's story is amazing. If you're looking for something inspirational, feminist, gorgeous, this is the story to read. I read this and I think I cried twice. It's amazing what this woman has gone through, what she's made of her life, and how she was able to emerge from it in a very Phoenix-like way. And what her life looks like now from what she's come from is one of the most inspirational things I've ever read in my entire life. If you like educated, I think this would be a really good alternative for you. It would be a great next read. I accidentally put too much milk in my tea, and I'm not a fan. Do you know what that's about? Lastly, we have Rise and Fall of the Dinosaurs. So I've actually read this book twice in the physical copy and once on audiobook for Scribd. I just honestly cannot get enough. It's so informative, but it's such an easy read. There's so many little tidbits that maybe you don't pick up the first time, especially if you're not the most inclined to this version of science books, which I definitely am a newbie. Also a very good book that you can pick up, you can read a couple chapters, put it down. There's not a huge narrative to follow. It's from the discovery that this paleontologist makes and kind of the lineage of the rise and fall of the dinosaurs. For fiction recommendations, I have Ali Smith. So this is Autumn, Winter, and Spring. This is a very interesting series. I pick it up as soon as each new one has been released. I kind of stumbled into reading Autumn. It's written in a stream of consciousness. I remember picking it up at the bookstore and being completely enraptured by Ali Smith's writing style. I love something that I can pick up and it's going to make me think. It's going to make me work for what the author is saying. And this is a great one for it. And this is a great time for it. There's 3 in the series. It's written in stream of consciousness. It deals with the political sphere we're in, the socioeconomic sphere we're in. It is just really amazing. And if you're looking to challenge yourself, this is absolutely the series to do it with. The payoff is fantastic. Lastly, we have the Bear and the Nightingale trilogy by Katherine Arden. I read this series for the first time this winter and I fell in love with this series. It's based on Russian folklore and I cannot speak to that enough. It is so amazing, especially when you come from the Western world. Everything felt new, everything felt exciting, and I live in Alberta, so it's basically an icy tundra here. So being able to dive into this icy world, it's filled with mythical creatures. It has this beautiful, beautiful aura. The writing is gorgeous, the characters are flawed and interesting, and our main heroine has quickly become one of my favorite protagonists that I've ever read. This has absolutely bumped its way onto my top 5, and if you haven't read it, I cannot suggest it enough. You guys good out there? What? You guys good out there? Wow.
I keep picking them up and it keeps coming right back.
Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, I put out videos every Wednesday and every Friday. You can hop in. Please let me know what you're reading below because I would also love some book recommendations. And we will see you on Saturday.